I see one fundamental and defining difference between the world of political Islam and the world of Western democracy, and that is the relationship between church and state. We came to life as the Western world after the Reformation. When we crystallized as nation states, we did so with the church outside the political realm. It varies from country to country, but the Reformation was in many respects a turning point. In fact, from the very beginning, there has been a realm that's sacred and a realm that's secular. The Pope and the Emperor were always distinguishable, and the Pope had political power only by allying himself with secular rulers. And then after the Reformation, you see essentially the separation of the monarchy and the Pope, and an increasing sense that political life and religious life should be separate. And that, I think, is part and parcel of the Western world. It is part of Western Christendom. Christendom is a religion of faith. It is not a religion of law. In the Middle East, in the Muslim world, there is no distinction between the sacred and the secular. There has never been a distinction between mosque and state. There is even no terminology in Arabic or Farsi to make these distinctions. Islam is a religion of law and faith. Islam is a religion that is political. And therefore it is not surprising, and should not be surprising, that as coercive regimes fall, as secular dictators are knocked off, what we're seeing as a consequence is not secular liberal democracy, but some strange hybrid mix of participatory politics and political Islam. And it's not just in Tunisia and Egypt that the Muslim Brotherhood and more extremist Islamists have won. It's in every country that has held elections. Algeria, Iran, Iraq, Lebanon, Turkey, Palestinian Authority. You name it, if there has been participatory election, the Islamists have won or have strengthened their case. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I think there are certain brands of political Islam that I would have problems with. I'm simply saying it's different. And when 2/3 of the Egyptian public in a recent poll says that they want civil law to follow the Quran, it's a different world than the world that we've been living in. And it says to me that if we think at the end of the Arab Spring we will see a Muslim Middle East that plays by the same rules of the liberal democratic secular West, I think we're living in la-la land. And it probably doesn't make sense for us to continue to strongly support secular parties in a country like Egypt when the Muslim Brotherhood and the Salafis have just swept parliamentary elections and are likely to continue to dominate the political landscape for the foreseeable future.